Okay, so what is Excel? Excel is basically an electronic spreadsheet program that can be used for storing, organizing, and manipulating data or data sets. When you look at the Excel screen right here, you can see a rectangular, table or grid. Let's call it a grid, which consists of rows and columns. The horizontal rows are identified by numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. And the vertical columns are identified by letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, and so on. If we scroll over to the side a little bit, we can see that the alphabetical enumeration goes up to Z, and then it starts with AA, AB, AC, AD, and so on. Let's scroll a little bit further so you can get the idea. And when it comes to the end of the alphabet right here, it starts with BA, BB, BC, and so on. So you have virtually unlimited possibilities. So for columns beyond 26 columns, A to Z, columns are identified by 2 or more letters, like AA, BB, and so on. The intersection point between a column and a row is marked by a small rectangular box known as a cell. Right here you can see they are all cells. And the cell is the basic unit for storing data. That can be numbers, that can be text, formulas, and so on. This variety makes Excel so powerful. Because, like you can already imagine, an Excel spreadsheet contains thousands of these cells. Each is given a unique cell reference. So you can identify each cell by just saying A1, for example. So A1 would be the marked cell, A and 1. Or let's click somewhere in here, that would be D and 5. And you can always see the active cell by this green box. It's marked by this green box. When starting Excel, you always have the A1 cell marked. So the cell reference is always the combination of the letter and the number, like A1, I8, or J8, and so on. You can always see that the active cell is marked right here in like a little gray shadow. The types of data a cell can hold includes, like I already said, numbers, text, formulas, and that makes Excel so powerful. And spreadsheets or Excel and the spreadsheets are often used to store financial data, and that's what makes the application so powerful for business use. What can you do with Excel and Excel spreadsheets? When you store financial data, that can be performing basic mathematical operations like summing columns and rows and so on, or multiplying certain rows or columns or cells, finding values such as profit or loss, and many other things. Also with Excel you can do some charting when you have a data set which you have analyzed or which you have like sorted in a certain manner. You can always show this data as a graph or some graphical representation. This was just like a basic introduction for you to understand what Excel can do for you, and we'll get into in much further detail later in this course. This is just to see what you can do with Excel.